is watching us. I am Tara Diana. I'm an empowerment medium, and this is our Tuesday night service, celebration, gathering, whatever you want to call it. This is where we bring all the like minded spiritual, metaphysical, and everyday people that just want to live good lives, enlightened lives together for some inspiration, some meditation, a little bit of healing work, and a whole lot of people following me on my Facebook. So let's just stop this right now. And a whole lot of guys. Oh my God, it's always something, isn't it? It's always something when I'm doing the Unity Circle. Um, and just a whole lot of good stuff. And what makes us unique in this whole thing is the ability to provide you with some messages and guidance at the end of it. So you're going to want to stay for the whole thing. You absolutely will, because at the end of it, we will be giving out some messages. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce one of my favorite peoples in the whole entire universe. Haven't known him a super long time, but I feel like he's been part of my world forever. And I'm going to introduce him right now. His name is Darren Long. He is part of the Spirit Essence Collective. He does tarot, he does chakra work. He's a fantastic artist and photographer. And he is going to be talking to you today, guys. He's going to do our inspirational talk, and he's going to talk about what inspired him and who inspired him with their wisdom and their knowledge to be who he is today. And we are here for it. So let us know in the comments if you're here, if you're watching. And Darren is going to take over and do all the spiritual chitter chat. Darren, welcome.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate being here. This is fantastic. As Tara was saying, I was just going to talk to you about today some inspirational people that have kind of guided me along my journey towards manifesting different things in my life. And I know people have different techniques and things that they like to do in order to manifest. So my intention today was just to open up the doorways to creating some more people to go and investigate different ways to manifest things in your life. The first sort of person that got me involved in manifestation was a guy named Bob Proctor. He's not here anymore, but there's lots of videos that he has online that he used to do seminars and talks about the spiritual aspect of like manifesting things in your life, but also about the self image, and also about going through different. He calls it the terror barrier. As you start to manifest different things in your life, and as you get closer and closer to your goal, it's about pushing through and being able to complete the goal despite what you actually may feel inside.
Oh, that's
So,
interesting.
yeah. I don't know if have you ever heard of Bob Proctor, Tara?
I have. I don't know much about him though, but I have heard of him
Okay.
and what he kind of stands for.
Yeah, I was just going to go over these people briefly because I had a few stories I wanted to share as well.
Oh, we love
Um,
stories. Story time.
yeah, so Bob Proctor was one of them. He's got lots of videos on YouTube that you can go and watch. The next one is another popular one, Abraham Hicks. And I love her because she talks a lot about emotions, like the emotional intelligence, being able to understand what you are manifesting and how you feel about different things. I have another one here, Earl Nightingale. This was interesting because Earl Nightingale actually mentored Bob Proctor, and his big thing was writing your goals on a card, and then he had a talk that he said, listen to this talk for every day for 30 days, and it will definitely change your life by changing your perspective of yourself. And I started to do some of this stuff by writing on a goal card what I wanted to achieve and all this sort of stuff. And then I also use visualization techniques that Bob Proctor was teaching to kind of bring more of that stuff into my life. And like I said, I'll get into some stories here later or in a couple minutes. The next person I wanted to talk about was Napoleon Hill. I've got Napoleon Hill's book, which is Think and Grow Rich. I think the connotation about Think and Grow Rich is too much emphasis on creating money. but there's so much depth and spiritual wisdom in this book. Like, this is the book that I have. It's basically my go-to Bible almost, for being able to tap into the unseen. What are they called? The mind faculties, like imagination and intuition,
Okay, okay.
in order to
So the right
get
side of our brain.
exactly, yeah. And there's also other faculties of the mind that you can get into, but these are the ones that he focuses on. And it's just opened up my whole world to how I visualize. I find that the process is like, it's definite for me. Like, it works almost every other time. That's why I'm kind of like, I don't know if I've told you, but I was like, careful what you wish for sometimes.
Right?
'Cause-
That's not a wrong thought process either.
yeah,
That's
because
mind, right? You create.
yeah,
You are what you think. You create. So,
exactly. So, so yeah, I just wanted to share some stories with you. So these are just little examples. I have multiple other examples that I would love to get into if anybody wants to ask questions of them or whatnot. But I had this process that I did at night, and I used to visualize by listening. I can hear the song in my head right now. It's called "Effin' Pig" by Deadmau5. And I used to listen to this on repeat while I was visualizing in my bed. I would either like sit quietly or lay down or read affirmations as I was doing this. And I was really getting engaged with my feelings, like really feeling like the manifestation had actually happened. And so my first story is one day I was living in Richmond, but I wanted to live in Steveston. And what I used to do is I got the inspiration to drive my car um, down into Steveston as though I was going home. And I did this for about 2 weeks. So I would drive home and I would just pretend like, okay, I live in Steveston. I'm going home. This is where I want to live. And I would go and I would park my car and I would just sit there and I would do my best to feel what it felt like to live in that area. And then it was me doing this for 2 weeks. I ran into, because I was working at the airport at the time, I ran into a flight attendant who just happened to live in Steveston. And I was like, "Oh, you live in Steveston? Like, how did you find your place? Like, who did you talk to and all that sort of stuff?" And she's like, "Well, I'm actually moving out of my place, so I'll just talk to the building manager and you can probably just take my place." And it was right above the Phoenix Artwork store, which is right off Chatham Street and Moncton. So I was like, "Oh, that was one of the coolest things that has happened to me."
That is a
Um,
perfect example of manifestation, though, because just if you don't mind,
of course,
manifestation comes from not so much a place of demanding of something. It is a place of understanding why you need that something. Right?
totally.
Why is this going to be the right thing for me? And when you can feel that energy and you can bring that into the manifestation, spirit feels that energy, the universe feels that energy, and now it becomes a cohesive working piece.
It's I almost, the word that comes to mind is genuine. Like,
Mhm.
you genuinely like it, you're genuinely attracted to it, and then you genuinely reach out and spirit genuinely reaches back. Is the way
Yeah,
that I come
love
to
that.
understand it. Yeah. So I've got other stories here. Do you want to hear
Yeah,
some
give
more
us another
stories?
one. Give us another one for sure. We got
Okay.
time, baby.
So another one. I don't speak of this very often because I it was a long time ago, it was 2015, but I used to fly corporate. So I used to fly a little business jet and I was in the right hand seat, which is basically brand new, brand spanking new. But I had been wanting this job, this particular job, which I wrote in my diary or my journal. Like, I want to fly for a family. I want to make this much money. I want to fly all over North America. Um, and I sat with that idea for a long time. I was doing my flight training. I knew I wanted to be a pilot, but you got to go through a bunch of steps in order to get to something as advanced as flying a jet. But I said, no, that's not what I want. I just want to fly a business jet. That's all I want to do. And I used to put on the uniform. I used to iron the uniform and put on the uniform and look at myself in the mirror. And it sounds really goofy, like saying it out loud, but
Okay, just a second though. It does sound like when you say it, and immediately I was like, oh, people could really take that into a weird kind of perspective. That's not where I went though. I went with that. How powerful is that? How
it's
powerful is that that you took those steps to, hey, you want to be a pilot? Go get a pilot's outfit and put the damn thing on. No lie. Love it. Go ahead. Sorry.
totally. No, it was fun, and it was coming from a place of also like because I used to, when I was visualizing, listen to what it sounded like in the cockpit of a jet while you were flying, and I used to just sit with that and lay in bed and just pretend that that's what I was doing. I still had to take action towards the things that I needed to do, like when it comes to flight training and all that sort of stuff. So I wasn't just sitting back and saying, "This is what I want, give it to me." Like there was a lot of work that went into doing that, but it was literally me just putting it out there all the time. I had given a few resumes to another company who flew jets, and they were telling me like, no, you can't do this, like you're never going to be able to do this, no one's going to hire you. Everybody that I was working with, I told them what I wanted to do. They told me it wasn't possible. And then literally one day in July of 2014, no, 2015, I got a phone call when I was on the ramp, and it was the captain, Lorne, and he was like, "Hey, listen, I've got my first officer just went for another job. Do you want to come and work for me?" And I was like, "Oh, like, are you serious? Like flying the CJ?" And he's like, "Yeah, flying the CJ." And I was like, "Okay, like I'll call you back after work, but yeah, I want to do this." And then it was just that was it. And I moved to Kelowna and started training right away. And before I knew it, I was flying all over North America. It was incredible.
I want to just ask, why do you think that everyone thought you couldn't do this?
Because there is an aspect of like people putting their perception and their beliefs onto me, because there was a lot of pilots I was training with saying like, no, that's not how it happens. Like you can't do it that way because it's too advanced, it's too extreme. And I was just like, no, I think that's BS, and I'm gonna prove you wrong, essentially. And then when I did, I had I remember after the year was up and I came back to Vancouver, I had a bunch of jobs that were coming in
Yeah.
after that. And they were like, "Oh, fly for us, fly for us, fly for us." And I was like, "No, like I want to step out of the industry as a pilot. I'd rather work on the ground."
Now that's interesting.
Yeah, that was a whole other experience because I find there was a lot of responsibility. You're essentially like you're the pilot, you're the lawyer, you're the baggage handler, you're the fueler. You're doing so much work, and it was a little bit overwhelming at the time. But I just decided that it wasn't for me. It didn't feel right. Like it just didn't sit with me right when I was flying.
I love
Um,
that.
yeah, and I wanted to. I remember when I was flying, I was actually thinking more of the time about doing artwork, like doing paintings and doing this sort of stuff with my cards, and like that's the sort of things that I was gravitating towards as I was flying.
But
So
let's just say it for what it is, baby. How cool. Like how cool is it that you said, I'm gonna fly, period. Hard stop. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I just know that it's meant to be, and so it shall be. It was done. You said that's great, not what I wanted. Okay, next. Can I
exactly.
just say, like, French, mwah, French kiss, baby, because that's how we do this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
We move into the space, we try something out. You know what, guys? Can I just say this? There is nothing wrong with wanting something, doing that something, and then being like, damn, that's not what I thought it was gonna be. And then shifting and adjusting again, because that's what we're here for. We're here to learn, grow, and develop. And that is leveling up. So yes, sir, let's go.
Yeah. So that's one of the things that I learned is like about manifestation is after you do manifest something, there is going to be contrast. There is going to be things that come up that aren't the best situations or not exactly how you want it or it develops over time or you find out like I did that I didn't really want to do that thing.
How
Um,
about even, Darren? How about even like it doesn't happen when you want it to happen?
no, it doesn't
You know,
ever.
I think that's something people get really, really, and I want to just touch base on this, just to kind of give some flavor, is that when you are manifesting, and Darren, tell me if you agree or not, but when
Yeah.
you're manifesting, you're putting an intention out there. You're telling spirit and the universe why you need this, why this would suit you. That doesn't mean it's going to happen tomorrow. It doesn't mean that it's going to happen the way you foresee it happening, right? There's
Yeah.
so many variables to it. It's how you ultimately receive it in the end. It's not necessarily how you do it, how it goes. It is how you receive it. And sometimes we don't get something we manifested till way down the line, and people get so caught up in that. I want this now. I want this now. Typical thing is money. When people are down
Oh
in the
yeah.
luck and they're trying to manifest, they're trying to manifest money. I'm doing the work. I want this. I'm trying to manifest this, and it doesn't come, and they feel like, okay, well, you know, spirit, God, the universe let me down. Usually it's a you thing, baby, but you know what I mean? There's always this moment in that where you have to come to the realization that maybe now is not the flippin' time, and I have to be okay with that, and I'm not going to be defined by it, and I'm going to keep going.
Exactly. Yeah. It's the timing of things I find if I need something like really badly in the moment that's not that is tangible, like money is a great example. The more that I need it, the less that is it's attracted to me in that moment. That's
That
just
and
my
that
own
is the truth.
experience. Yeah, that's just my own experience. Is like if I need it and I need it now and it would make everything better and it's like spirit is just like nope, like not happening, not that way. And so I've come to understand it now more in a sense of like when I manifest things, I talk about like when I talk to spirit, sorry,
Yeah.
I'm talking coming from a point of like, show me what I need to know. Like, manifest something for me that is going to teach me something that or where's it going to get me in the future? Or what is it preparing me for? Like,
Mm-hmm.
those are the things that now I sort of invite into my experience because I don't know where I'm going to be in 5 years, but I would love to know that Spirit has got my back that whole time, so that 5 years from now, I've learned everything I need to learn up until the point of that time frame, if that makes sense.
That does make sense.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we're always, like I said, spirit never lets us down. We're always here to grow and to learn and to move forward. So on that note,
Yes.
Darren, you should see the comments in here. Darren, your authentic self. Cindy says, I'm just learning to stop and sit. Jenny manifested her, I think actually, wait, love manifestation stories, Darren. That's from Shauna. She
Uh,
manifested her apartment. Christine loves her stories. I mean, there's so much beautiful things. And feel free, guys, to comment in here and let us know what you think of the inspirational talk. Manifestation is not as easy as people think. It is not a drop in the bucket. It is work, and it is really how you put yourself into it that matters. And so, Darren, thank you so much for sharing those stories. And maybe if you wouldn't mind, after we're done here, you can go into the Facebook group and maybe drop those names again of the people that inspired you in their work. Rob Proctor, et cetera, et cetera. If you don't mind doing that, that would be absolutely amazing. Oh, you're on mute, honey.
I would love to. Yeah, I will.
Okay, that would be great. So, why don't we carry on with the theme though? And why don't we go into a meditation? of manifestation? Why don't we go into a space where we can put out something that we feel we need at this time? And I will carry that journey if everyone's open to that. So, and then when we come back from that, we can go into a little bit of healing work. So, at the end of the meditation, we're going to invite you, Darren and I will invite you to write some people's names into the group that you feel you'd love to send healing to. You can put the whole universe if you'd like to, because right now I'm feeling the whole universe needs a whole lot of something. So feel free to put the names in there, but we'll do that after. And then we will do a healing prayer. We'll do some energy work and move into messages. So let's move along with this. So why doesn't everyone just take a moment and just sit back in their seats? You don't have to worry about your feet on the ground, your hands folded in your lap. None of that matters, baby. That's just ritual stuff for you. So if you like to do it, you do you. I'll do me, and we'll just keep on going. So close your eyes, though, because we do know that that is where you get that moment of peace. Focus on your breath, allowing the breath to come in easy and out. Feel your shoulders drop. Breathe in with inspiration. Breathe out anything that is not yours. Let's do one more breath in and release all the tension of the day. Your shoulders continuing to drop, your body relaxing, your breath returning to normal. Breathe in, breathe out. And I want you to focus right now on how light your body is. Feel each part of your body, your head, your neck, your shoulders, your chest, your arms, your hand, torso, hips, thighs, knees, calves, ankles, and feet are light as a feather. Breathe in, breathe out, relax. And as your body becomes etheric, as it loses all weight and gently becomes one with the ether, moving up into the air with ease, you feel the weight of all that you carry dissipate, fall, if you will, away from your etheric body, back down to the ground, to Mother Earth. And as you watch weightlessly all that you no longer need be absorbed by Mother Earth, start to think of what you can replace, what you can fill the new space within you that once carried the weight of others, the weight of emotions, thoughts, that don't serve for your highest and best. What will you replace in that space? What have you made room for at this time? Think carefully. Think powerfully. Think about what would bring you joy, ease, harmony, balance. What could you bring into that space that would help you positively move forward easily and effortlessly. Now take a moment and just think about those things. Fill your space. Allowing yourself to be worthy of receiving. Allowing yourself to know that what you're bringing into that space will have purpose, will empower you. And that purpose and power, that manifestation, that intention, will expand outward, allowing others to feel the need to grow, develop, expand, and enlighten. For every moment, for every breath, for every thought, there is purpose, empowerment. And I want you to add passion. Think with passion. Create with passion. Live with passion. Therefore, you will be in passion, with purpose, and empowered. Now take a deep breath in and hold it. Release. And with one final thought, set the intention that you need to at this time. And so it is. Blessed be. You are worthy. You are capable. And when you're ready, simply return back to our space. I welcome everyone back to the room, back to the space. And I just want to see how everyone felt in there. How are we feeling? Oh, Sherry's here. Darren, I just want to say your growth is incredible. You are a beautiful soul. Yes, he is. And I feel like he's frozen.
Thank you.
There we go. Trying to reconnect. Make sure you have a stable internet connection. Not sure what's going on right now, guys. Of course, it's the Unity Circle. If I wasn't having some kind of difficulty, it wouldn't be the Unity Circle. So welcome, friends. Let me know in the messages how you're feeling. Darren, feeling good?
Feeling great. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm ready. Are we doing messages now?
No, we're not. We're going to do the healing service portion of this. So everyone, please come in. Pop in the people that you would like us to do some healing work with. I'm going to write in some names myself. Make sure you put yourself in if you feel like you'd like some inspiration, some motivation, some good energy sent towards you. And once we get those in there, we will do a blessing and a healing for them, for us, for everyone. Let's go. Oh, Cassandra's feeling lighter. I love that. Sean is more in tune. Bim is mellow. We love it. I don't even know how many people are watching this. That's the one thing it's not showing us. And we're having a bit of a internet stable connection problem, but we're just going to go with the flow. So I'm going to put some names in. Let's see, who else am I putting in here? Oops, I spelt my own daughter's name wrong. Me. I think I'm worthy of healing. I think I'm worthy of getting some new energy, some pumping up. And I would love that. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something kind of weird here. Let's just do, well, it's not weird, but let's do this. Universal. There we go. Okay, let's see what kind of names. I'm going to wait for a little bit. See if there's any other names. I see Jeannie coming. Oh, here we go. Jeannie. Bam Bam. Oh, my poor Bam Bam. Michelle, Bim, Nindy, Denise, Deanne, Lori, Liam. Whoop, what happened, everyone? Wendy, Fraser, Ken, Paula, Race's mom, Alana, Mike, me. Universal energy for all because I'm feeling it. Oh, apparently it went down twice for whatever reason. Alex. I didn't even know you had a brother, Darren. Okay. Anyone else that wants to put some names in there that you want us to throw out? They're going to get it anyway, even if I miss it. I'm going to put in Sherry. I'm going to put in David, Jeanette, Ruthie, Myra, Aunt Sue, Hannah, Jacob, Lori, Michael. I feel like I should be doing a song. Hannah, Jacob, Lori, Michael. Hannah, Jacob, Lori, Michael. Oh, that sounds like a Baptist thing, though. Hallelujah. Amen. I do want to do that one day. I'm literally going to go jump up in the First United Spiritualist Church and literally scream, Amen!
That would be hilarious if you did that.
And then we'll never be invited back there again. Okay, I think we're ready, guys. Let's just close our eyes for just one more second, please, and let's put out some beautiful thoughts, beautiful healing energy. Archangel Raphael, Mother, Father, Great Spirit, our elders and ancestors, our loved ones on the other side, our guides that help us. We call upon you today to bring to us so that we may expand in the love and light, in the healing energies that you provide out to those in need. We ask that you send through us as the conduits that beautiful energy that allows others to feel hope, faith. Maybe they feel less pain, more clarity. Maybe we allow them to feel stable, confident, strong, in whatever way they need. And we ask that you send this with all the beautiful love and the light that every creature on the earth realm deserves. Let there be peace. Let there be harmony, and let there be balance. And we send this out not only to and through us, and to those in our homes, to our neighbors, to our cities, to our provinces and states, villages and towns, to the world itself. We are sending love, light, peace, and harmony. Whatever ails you, whatever feels uncomfortable and makes you uneasy, we remove it from your space in whatever capacity that the universe sees fit. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Cheryl.
Thank you.
Barbara.
That was beautiful.
There's all these last minute names that came in. I'm like throwing them out there. Cheryl, Barbara, and you're welcome, Darren. Thank you very much. You know, I am not the person, you know this, I am not the person that does the whole churchy high vibe thing, but I do love a good healing prayer. I do love a good healing vibe. And if we can send it out to the whole world, whoever's going to receive it is the one that needs it. And that's what I believe. So now, Darren, now we're going to do some messages, baby. Now, this is the part of our gathering that we just come out and we will just look through the line. If you are looking for a message, pop a note in there. If you are looking for a question to be answered, pop a note in there. It's easy for us to go through there. We cannot see who's actually on Facebook or YouTube, and we're hoping that the YouTube grows, aren't we, Darren? We're hoping that we get, a bunch of YouTube followers that love to come to the Unity Circle, love to connect with like-minded people, love to feel like they are sitting in powerful, beautiful energy. I'm a vibe. I really am, but I bring all the most beautifully authentic people that I know, real people who are in this to be of service, and that's what I love. So, Christine just said a whole whackload of hearts and prayer and even hands up, woot woot. So, messages, we're open to do it. Christine's here, Bim's here, Shauna's here, Christine's here again. Same Christine, by the way, same Shauna. Who else is here? Cassandra's here. Oh, I was like, Darren's here. I'm like, of course he is. Shannon. Oh, hello, Shannon. And then we were supposed to do Andrea, so we're adding Andrea to our prayers. I'm here. Of course I am. My business is here. I just saw spirit. Lori's here. Yeah, there's lots of people here. So Sherry, Cindy, who are you drawn to, buddy?
Who am I drawn to? I feel like I could do one for everybody because I just pulled the same card twice, and it was the Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles to me is about basically like an entrepreneur, like someone who always develops themselves. And this card I feel like is perfect for us right now because we're all in a state of development always. And so I feel like that message there is just be in acceptance of the process. Like it never finishes. It's always in development. It's always going. It's always growing. It's always changing. It's just a matter of you putting the lead out and figuring out where you want to go. So that would be the first message for the collective.
Oh, I love that. And that one resonates with me like nobody's business. You and I were talking about that before we got on here. So many opportunities happening, you guys, within the Spirit Essence Collective. And I was sharing some excitement, a little bit of disappointment, not going to lie, right? But a little bit of disappointment, but so much excitement about where we're going with the collective and how we're planning to bring as many people as we can with us. So that is a beautiful, beautiful card. So maybe I'll pull one for the collective. Then I see that Sean is looking for a message as well, but let me pull one for the collective as well, and then we kind of got the party started and we're sitting in that space. Are you okay with that, sir?
Let's do it.
Okay, so the card I got was happiness. I got the Bluebird card, and it's all about happiness, and it's such a beautiful card. I'm just going to see what's behind it. Ooh, Power Dragon. Oh, okay. So let's just do this. There was two cards right here. So let's do this. Happiness. This is what we call a key card. So when Spirit brings something like this and then has one right behind it, this is the key card. How do we feel happy? How do we continue to bring joy and rejoice in what's around us when there's so much ill will happening right now, and there's so much people are defining themselves in ways that we never used to define ourselves before, and in a lot of ways the world is going backwards as opposed to forwards. So where we were progressing and we were more considerate and more kind, we've kind of take these steps back and we're becoming selfish again, right? We're becoming, it's a me kind of thing, and it's like that ain't gonna work for nobody, baby. But you gotta go through it to understand that. Well, what is the card that they're giving you? So how do you keep the happiness and balance? This is the Power card. It is about taking your own power back. It's not about being powerful over anyone else, boo. Can I just say that? This isn't about inserting your power over anyone, because that is also not going to work, let me tell you. So it's about sitting in your power. It is about sitting in a space where you are like, I am my own being. I hold my space. That doesn't mean you have to agree with everyone. You can have your own perspectives. You can have your own opinions. But be kind. Be gentle in how you do things. And you will always find the happiness in that. When you become bitter, when you become the aggressor, when you become the person who is like, you have to do this, that's where you're going to have a problem. Trust me, I'm a Scorpio. I know. For the collective. Thank you.
That's great.
Thank you. Okay, do you want to give Shauna a message? Anyone else in here looking for
I
messages?
I do. I just pulled one for Shauna.
Okay, great.
Um, so Shauna, I got the don't be alarmed, but it's the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords for you, I get is not as a because typically this card is about sort of trickery and deceit and stuff like that. I don't get that with this one. I get more strategy. If we're
Ooh,
talking about manifesting things and being more deliberate, it's asking you to come up with a strategy as to how you're going to achieve what you're trying to manifest in your life. So there's so many different tools you can use. You can journal, you can visualize. Like there's many different ways you can strategize to get what you want, but that's what spirit wants to say for you. um yeah.
okay. I love that for Shauna. Get it. Get it, Shauna. I always look like
Get
I'm
it.
talking to like someone in the corner here. I'm talking to Shauna's name. That's what I'm doing. Okay. There's someone by the name of Jen on here. Hey, Jen. I see you, and I'm going to pull a card for you. I am just drawn to the cards tonight, so let's just do it. Let's do it. Okay. I felt like I was going to go into another song, but I thought I'd save everyone that hassle. And let's go. Oh, it's the retreat card. Okay. This card fills me with such joy. So if you look at it, it's like a snow globe. It's a little cabin. It's cozy. It's comfortable. It is talking about the spirit guardian of winter. Winter is winter solstice, which is Yule, which is all about hibernation. It's all about self-love, self-worth, moving into that space, reflection, realignment, looking about what you've completed in the year that just passed. I love this for you, Jen, because it's saying go deep, go in, go deep, or go home. Like go and get into that space. Take a look at where you are, how are you aligning, and how are you connecting to yourself. This retreat is about go find that cozy space. A lot of times when we do meditations in winter solstice, and when we are doing that kind of work, I tend to take people to the womb. I tend to take them back to where they began, because that's the safest, most comfortable space for most of us, is that sacred little space where you're just like snug as a bug in a rug, and you are stuck in there doing the do right. So Jen, go into that space, go find that little place of sanctuary, retreat into it. Maybe it is a cabin somewhere. It's snowing somewhere, but there's a little cabin. Just go chill, just go sit in that space and look at how you're connecting, how you're realigning, and how you feel you are moving forward. That's what that card means according to spirit to you. So I'm going to leave that with you.
All right.
Okay, do you want to do Juanita?
Yeah, I was gonna do Anita.
See? That's exciting, baby.
Juanita, I got the Emperor card for you. And the Emperor card is a lot about self empowerment. There's a lot of a huge aspect of control to do with this card. The Emperor is someone who is very empowered to make decisions, makes decisions quickly and almost defiantly. But I get a sense of like you needing to take a little bit more control over the how do I word this? Like if we're talking about manifestations, for example, like to take more control of the thoughts that are coming in and guiding them in a direction that you want them to go. So don't sit back and be at effect. Take control of the situation and sort of guide it going forward into what it is that you're wanting to do. I feel like there's one more for you. Yeah, I got the Sun card. Oh, that was interesting. That was very interesting. The Sun card came out, and then the Queen of Swords came out. And the Queen of Swords is, again, it's a card about sort of using your words, using your clarity of thought. Taking action, though, is something that I get out of these two cards, the Emperor and the Queen of Swords. There needs to be more control over your manifestations, over your deliberateness when you're talking about manifestations. So I'll leave that with you.
I wasn't sure. I was like, is that it? Like, what are we doing now? Okay,
I
I love
was thinking.
I love that for you, Juanita. Bim, first thing I'm going to say to you, sweetie, is there is a movement happening. There feels to me like there is about 6 weeks of stillness, and then all of a sudden this rush. So don't let the stillness, though. What's the word I'm looking for? Don't let the stillness deceive you. We don't like deception. We don't do deception here. So don't let it deceive you. You know, you're going to be thinking like, what the fluff? Nothing's happening here. Where is all the goodness and what's I need and why is it not happening? Don't let it deceive you. Things are in the works. I feel a wheel turning, lovey. So I feel a wheel turning, and I really really do feel some kind of movement ahead in terms of something that you are trying to manifest yourself. So Bam, I'm going to send that to you. Plus, still Bam Bam is in the healing books, and I feel like he's doing the best he can possibly do. So that's all we can ask for. So Bam, I'm going to leave that for you. Delyn wants a card. Oh, baby, we got to give Delyn a card. She never asks for a
Never
card.
ever.
Ever, never. She's like, hey, she's got a hand up. Hey.
Did you want to give her one?
No, I know her like the back of my hand, baby. So why
Okay.
don't you give her something she's going to be like, she knows that about me.
I do have I was pulling some cards for Cassandra.
Oh, we
So
can
I'll do
do Cassandra
Cassandra.
too.
I'll do Cassandra after,
Okay.
but we'll do Delin quickly here. That's too many. I got the Page of Swords and the Six of Swords. So the Page of Swords is about sort of asking questions, being inquisitive, and the Six of Swords is about moving towards calmer waters. So I get an aspect of ask questions. Of I can't think of the specifics of it, but ask questions as to how to improve situations going forward. Like it's in the power of the questions that you ask and the quality of questions that you ask will determine how things will play out in the end. I feel like that's the message.
Delyn's my assistant. She's probably like, how can I get Tara to just be sane? How can I get Tara to just be sane?
Uh,
I love that. You want to do Cassandra?
I do. I got the Magician and the Page of Cups for Cassandra. And for these two cards, I feel like you have all the tools you need in order to create the things that you want to create. But what's missing is it's like it wants you to pay more attention to the emotion of what it is you're doing. So when you're in, I'm just going to use employment as an example, but when you're in your job, like pay attention to how you actually feel in the moment and see what comes up for you, because that is it's saying that you have all the tools in order to manifest what you need, but the key is in the emotions. So just pay close attention to what's going on inside rather than what's going on outside. And I'll leave you with that.
Sir. My goodness, that was powerful and purposeful. Okay, I just put a last call in for messages. Um, and I'm not seeing anyone. So I think what I'm going to do is I will pull a final universal card for everyone, and then we are going to I just want to remind everyone that we do have a psychic fair this upcoming weekend, April 12th. We do have 3 readers that are virtual. So if you're not in the province or you're not from anywhere around us, where, or even if you are and you just can't get there to Serendipities in Steveston, Richmond, then we have 3 beautiful readers that are taking readings on April 12th. Jana is doing bone tossing, and that is one of the most unique ways that you can get guidance If you haven't done it, I highly recommend it. Also, Jen is coming out to run a retreat with me in June. So she's from Colorado. Frances is from California. She will be doing mediumship, straight up mediumship. So if you're looking to get a 15 or 30-minute reading with Francine, there's also Francine. I got to stop calling her that. It's Frances. Frances. Also, our own beautiful, lovely Sunshine Coast, ray of sunshine herself, Joanne, is doing intuitive card readings. So you can book with Monica, and you can go to the website www.spiritessence by Tara Diana, and you will find how to book for those ladies. But you can also come in person same day and see me and see Darren and see Inspirational Lori, who I saw on here, and Jenny was on here. You can come and see us. We will be at Serendipity's Backyard in Richmond from 11 to 5 p.m. doing readings, energy work. Most of the collective will be there. Harbinder's going to be there. Ramona's going to be there. Christy's going to be there. Nancy Christine Brady's doing animal communication and more. So we have a beautiful lineup for you guys, and we totally hope that you're going to partake. The prices are outstanding, which is really nice this day and age. We keep everything low cost so as many people can participate as may want to. And here's the final card. Darren, do you have any last words, my lovey?
Not that I can think of. I think you nailed it. We're gonna have a ton of fun this Saturday, though. I hope to see you all there.
We always have fun. We also on Sunday, though, I'll mention this too for those that are local. We're having our spiritual view, and we're actually doing a whole bunch of stuff. We always have a potluck that night, and we're having an Easter dinner. So bring some veggies, bring a dessert. Desserts are always good if they include chocolate, just saying. But bring a dessert, bring a side dish. We have a ham, we have turkey, we have gravy for you, and potatoes. You come with whatever you'd like to bring. Break bread with us. We love feasting. There's even Easter gifties. And then we go into a full moon ceremony. Normally, the full moon would be on the 12th. We're going to do it on the 13th. Maybe it's the 14th. I can't remember. It's all becomes a blur after a while. And then we are going to have Christy Abel come and talk. She's from the collective as well. She's going to be there on Saturday and at Sunday at the church, and she's going to talk about human design. Here's what you need to know. It's all about the transformation, baby. Butterfly spirit is always change, and it always comes at levels, right? You are a cocoon, you are a moth, a cocoon. I don't know how it goes, but anyway, you end up being this beautiful butterfly with big wings, and that's all that matters, baby. So you are all in the middle of transformation. We are all changing because we are all growing. We are all powerful, purposeful, and we should feel the passion to be the most authentic version of ourselves as we can be. And on that note, Darren, my love, mwah, to all of you that followed us, we're grateful, and we are going to call it a night.
Thank you so much.
Okay, everyone. Make sure you go to Empowering Intuitive Souls and follow us, because that's where we do a lot of our extra work for you guys. Bye.